guys, back again for another beer review. Well, you're in the right place because I've got another one for you. And it's another one from Beers of the World. Well, it kind of is because I'm not actually sure where this beer was made. I know where the brewery is supposed to be because they put it on the map. It's this guy's here, Bad News, right bang in the middle of the US of A. However, I've also found out that they're doing a lot of contract brewing in Edinburgh. And where are Beer 52 based? Edinburgh. So something sneaky is going on, and I'll tell you how I know as well. Right, this is the beer we're looking at, some sort of unicorn wrongness. But let's have a look at this. It is a 330 ml can, and guess what? It's 4.1% as well. We might as well look at this. We've got oats and wheat in there, as well as the new thing. Brewed, canned, and imported to the UK by Beer 52. Origin EU. So where is this actually made? Is it brewed in Scotland? Is it brewed in America? Where is it being made? It does not say. Bad news. That is bad news. And this one is called the Tropical Unicorn, and it's a session IPA. Wow. Nothing says session IPA like a unicorn. Just crazy. Anyway, they say gallop away on fluffy clouds of pillowy oats before skipping down a magical rainbow of berries, apricots, passion fruit, grapefruit, orange, tangerine, mango, coconut. All courtesy of Simcoe, Citra, and Sabro. I don't know if you get all of that from those, but we'll see. Easy drinking experience for true hopheads. Apart from the fact that it's very weak. This unicorn has made all your wishes come true. Oh, bless. Oh, lovely. Anyway, we haven't had the beer yet, but unicorn says to me, woke nonsense. Certain types of people like unicorns, and like those people, they do not exist. Unicorns are not real. It's complete fabrication. They've never really made up. What am I talking about? Sorry, I saw something on the back of the can. Look at these things floating in the air. We've got floating lemons. We've got floating pineapples. That is some sort of leaf. There's a watermelon in there. There's a dragon fruit. That's a flower, dude. Like, what the hell? Anyway, never mind. I have done the classic thing and prejudged based on the front of the can, but that's what they want you to do. That's marketing, dear viewers. And not being funny, but this is Beer 52 marketing, because I very much suspect that this is a beer that they've made and just said, oh, do you fancy calling it Bad News? And what a company to use for your marketing. One that literally says bad news. Is that irony? I'm going to treat it as woke irony. Just absolute nonsense. Right, let's get this bad boy into the glass. You can tell it's the weekend because I'm properly jaded. Oh, well, there we go. There's the magical unicorn. Oh, unicorn. Oh, bless. And that, dear viewer, is what you're going to get on the front of this video. But then, of course, you knew that already. Good fingers head on the top, liking the head. Nice fluffy white head, which is always good. Few slightly bigger bubbles there, but not too bad. This is definitely what I would call a cloudy beer. Definitely haze, but I think there's something else in there too. Definitely more than the normal haze, shall we say? Right, because this has been in the fridge. All I'm getting is some sort of lackluster, weak tropical fruit notes, which is not too bad. Yeah, quite nice. Pretty generic in the new style, to be perfectly honest. 4.1% ABV. So, I mean, there is no tax benefit for doing 4.1 than say 4.5 or even 5 or whatever. No, 4. Where is it? 4.9. We looked at it recently, dear viewer. Do you remember? I don't want to go back on the HMRC website, but yeah, there's this weird band, and I believe it starts at what 3. Is it 3.8, or have they dropped it to 3.6? Can't remember, but it's something really low, and then the middle doesn't matter, and then really high doesn't matter either. But of course, it had to be quite weak to call it a session IPA, which is like a unicorn. It doesn't exist, dear viewer. It's a way of selling you weak beer in strength, that is, with, most of them have substantial hops in, but it's a way of making more money because they're putting less malt in there. Very, very dodgy. Dodgy. I'm calling you out, bad news. I'm calling you out, Beer 52 as well. Don't be dodgy, please. Why not do beer properly? Don't say session IPA. It's nonsense. Call it a pale ale. No problem. Why do you have to put IPA into the title of a weak piss beer? Don't know. Well, I know why. Because people want to buy IPA. That's why. Because they're a bit stupid. If this was in America, they would laugh at this beer just purely because of 4%. Ridiculous. Okay. So, what did it say? For all you hop heads out there, this is not a very hoppy beer at all. There are some hops in there. Tropical, definitely. Bit of that watermelon type thing. Maybe even honeydew kind of melon. Simcoe for me always gives sort of orangey tangerine, which I'm not really getting, to be honest. I'm getting the cream from the oats and the wheat. Lovely mouthfeel, lovely creamy kind of thing going on. But it's very weak. It's very watery. Surprisingly enough, for such a kind of cloudy beer, which you would have thought had lots of mouthfeel, but it doesn't. It's very watery. It's weak. If this was a 6% beer and they upped everything, it would be different, but it isn't. This is a very weak beer. If fruity type of hoppy beers, fruit hops, or non-hoppy beers, if you like New Star but you don't want to drink a normal beer, a strongish beer, might be for you. But alas, not for me. -1 point for using session IPA because it's rubbish. Number 2, it's far too weak, and it's not a hoppy beer. So you're instantly, the maximum you could possibly get on this is 3 out of 5 for me, and that's using the Untapped scoring system. Okay, so what's that? My third sip. Look at that. I'm leading some lovely kind of lines. They're not very straight, but the foam, the head retention as well, is pretty good. We still have almost coverage, and that's probably going to stay to the end. So done something right, but I reckon that's because they put the wheaten oats into them, into the grist, into the malt bill. There's a little bit of kind of citrusy type stuff, pithy kind of stuff up front as well. But I don't want to get confused because this is not a hoppy beer. It doesn't say the IBU statement on the actual side of the can, which is another dead giveaway that this is not an American beer, because they probably would, because Americans do that. So there's so much here that says this is not, it's not an American beer. This is just what someone has kind of come up in a boardroom, and they make me bored as well. Okay, I'm going to put my prejudices aside. It's not a bad beer. It doesn't taste terrible. It's just a bit weak. So, is it on style for session IPA, which is not a style? Well, weak, insipid, water-based kind of hop juice. Yeah, I guess. But it's so watered down, you couldn't call this a hoppy beer, and they have. Don't know who has, but someone has, and that person is a complete idiot. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with this beer. If you like 4% beers, if you like slightly weak, insipid, watered down, new style beers, this one's for you. There are far better new style pale ales than this beer at a stronger ABV. So session IPA just, it makes no sense. The one good thing is look at those lacing lines on there. Absolutely fantastic. I really do like that. I can't really in all. I mean, that says everything. It's got a unicorn on the front. I don't know if they've done this as a. I really don't know if they've done this as a piss take to what's happening in the world today. It's a unicorn beer. Ah, flashy, lovely unicorns. Well, for me, dear viewer, Session IPA is a unicorn. It does not exist. This has been Unclejona saying, please don't buy this beer. It's not worth it. There are better pale ales around than this absolute glass of nonsense. Take care of yourselves, whatever you're doing over this weekend. Take care of the people that you love. Tell them that you love them, and Unclejona will return with another beer review real soon.